Welcome back, you hear Goldberg. Today I wanted to talk about a phrase you probably stumbled across in the past, which goes, "I'll bank mate points." Now, you seldom hear this from a woman, and that's quite indicative of the fact that most females don't view themselves as needing to earn affection from men. It's the other way around. When I hear a guy say this, I'll immediately assume he's trying to grease the tracks such that he gets laid later that day or later that week, even though he's supposedly in a committed relationship or marriage. And it's bizarre to consider that type of arrangement as a bank, although you might argue, you keep making these deposits and it grows and it becomes self-reinforcing and insured, well, until at least you hit that 250,000 FDIC cap. But maybe you could claim that your girlfriend or your wife becomes too big to fail, and then it's going to last forever. But with that being said, this is not a traditional bank account. This is not one that the balance grows, you get paid interest. It's really being drained or severely depleted on a daily and weekly basis. While men view a relationship as this kind of large tapestry, and so you met and maybe you dated, you had some disagreements, you overcame them, you might have broken up, you got back together, so it's progressing, it's becoming stronger. Women, it isn't to say that they ignore the past, but the past is more about saying a statement in relation to the present or the future. If in the past you told her she was beautiful and amazing every single day, and you were always taking her out to dates here, there, and the other, and you're not doing that in the present, maybe because you assume, well, we kind of reached a level of maturity in the relationship, you don't have to be persuaded, or maybe you're busy with your job. Well, she starts going, oh, so I guess I'm not as worthy to you as I was in the past. What does that mean? Does he really care? Is he trying to do something else? And she'll begin to hedge her bets. In fact, men, regardless whether they say married, red pill, maintain frame, use game on your wife, they end up in this cycle because who are they dating fundamentally? What kind of creature is this? It's a doubting Thomasina. It's someone who's always calling into question the nature of the arrangement and what it's going to be in the future. The dude, on the other hand, is the simping Clarence, because he can never reach that point of, all right, even a keel, we're good to go, as long as no one's behaving badly, as long as you're just treating each other well, it's fine. No. He's got to keep upping the ante. You know how you'll see people, they're in a relationship for a long period, they break up, and the dude will do some, double monkey black flip simping trying to get back with her, and once they are, there, a month or two later, he's down on one knee. Why? Why did you just propose after you had broken up? Shouldn't you be waiting a while? Because he's trying to make another desperate sign of commitment. That's what David Buss talked about, cited in the Black Pill book. Sometimes you can overcome certain deficits as a person or whatnot, looks, height, whichever, if you just keep trying to gaslight her and just say, oh yeah, you're the most amazing, I'm here forever. It's strange to consider that any creature would be so insecure and have such low self-esteem that you have to do that to keep them believing that you actually care, right? Words should be enough, even if the words are not all the time. Even if you slip up, it should be enough to say, well, what about the past? But that's just the nature of what we deal with here. And it'll happen that you get married, but that's not enough. Because even though now you're legally bound together, you're working your job, maybe you got kids, you're trying to raise them, and if you're neglecting her, she might try to find someone. It's not necessarily hypergamy, because that's a misconception. Hypergamy always says it's an upgrade. It could be a lateral move, it could be actually a downgrade in the grand scheme of things, but it's a guy who is paying her attention more than you're able to on a consistent basis, and so that could be your downfall. That's why I'm skeptical of all this trad wife, trad life. You gotta get married. Because fundamentally, if you're not in a country that favors men as far as the legal system is concerned, sure, you might make the claim, worst comes to worst, she'll cheat and you'll break up. Yeah, but she's going to take a lot of your assets with her. And so you have to make this grandiose declaration. You have to, in many respects, remove most dignity from yourself to keep this person around. But still, if it's not enough, you go down and you lose a lot of what you tried to build. So that's why I'm not hard set on marriage, even though some people, oh, you got to do the trad thing. Yeah, we need smart people. I'm just like, man, it's so high risk because you're not dealing with someone who sees the world like you do. You have a person that is never going to be content. And I've even seen this with senior citizens, the guys simping when they're senior citizens for their wives. It's not anti-woman, it's not hating on anyone, it's just saying it's a harsh reality that men have to face. And if you just try to do the romantic, fuddly-duddly nonsense, you can go in and just be totally unprepared for what's coming.